Capricorn friends. Today what we're going to do is talk about how this solar eclipse is impacting you on a personal level. Okay, this is a huge year for you. It's a big year for all of us in terms of kind of moving forward with what makes us happiest. Okay, but for you, my Capricorn friends, this is a year that focuses a lot on the shared resources that you have with others. So it could be the pooled resources that you share with your spouse or your significant other, or it could deal with debt. Other people's money is what the 8th house rules. It rules what we share of ourselves with others as well. So not only is it physical resources that we share in terms of money with these people and debts and things along those lines, but it could also be sexual relationships as well, that you will see will be making a major change and impact this year, or how you views your sexuality in general as well, because that is what you give of yourself to somebody that is important to you. So those things are undergoing massive changes for you as well. The 8th house also has to deal with the darker areas of life that we don't necessarily like to talk about. It's that taboo house, and that's why sex is included in there too. But nobody likes to talk about their debt. Nobody likes to talk about their money that they share with others and where they owe money to. Nobody likes to talk about their sex life. Well, some people do. But it's also areas that are darker and hidden in their subconscious minds, and darker areas of life such as death, okay? Psychological issues, crisis, trauma. Those types of things are what the eclipse are bringing forward to the surface. So we're looking to the losses that we've endured in the past, the losses that we've had to cut for ourselves in the past. Maybe it comes into debt. Maybe that's where the debt came in. Maybe you didn't necessarily accrue it yourself, but now you're having to deal with it. This is the year where those things get balanced. Those things finally shift and those things change. This is a year of closure. This is a year of completion. And this is a year that's focused on you taking care of yourself as well. This is the 8th house. This is about letting go of these things. Death. Transformation, though. Let's not look at it in that regard. Let's look at it as transformation that occurs. That's the big thing for you. This is where the eclipse cycle is happening for you in ways that it hasn't since 1999 in terms of your personal growth. Where were you in 1999? How were you shifting and changing in terms of your life purpose? Were you graduating from high school? Were you getting married? Are you now finally moving into a new phase in your career? Is this the second half of it? Have you left that marriage and you're moving into a second marriage now? There's so many different aspects that happen with this. And this is the year where they make the biggest impact for you, my Capricorns, my hardworking friends. So the major impacts are going to be on your financial sector. That's where some impacts are going to be changing, reflecting on your financial strategies, clarity on how you want to spend your money, how you want to share your money, how you want to take charge of these debts, get them taken care of. And so this eclipse cycle is going to be the most powerful. The one that happens on money is going to be the most powerful in terms of your money moving forward, how you're making that money. Maybe this is the year that you decide, I definitely need a change in work because this is where I can make more money over here. Or I'm more focused on how I can utilize the gifts and just live in what my life purpose is. Because no matter what, that's the underlying current of these eclipses this year. Because they happen in the sign of Leo. Leo is the sign that is confident to be who it is. It is the sign that rules our genuine gifts that God has given us, our unique creativity and energy that's within us, and our unique life purpose. That's what Leo is. That's where the new beginnings are happening for all of us on various scales. So if you're feeling a push in terms of how you make your money in this life, how you're living and what this vehicle of your body was sent here to do, if you're feeling a nudge that started in September of last year, especially made itself known in February of this year in the first eclipse cycles, and it's really nagging at you now in this last part of these Leo eclipse cycles, know that's the universe telling you there's something better waiting. It's time to move forward with what your soul is. And in the process, you have to shift and let go of a lot of old things, a lot of old habits, a lot of old things that need that transformation, right? Because this is happening in that 8th house. death, trauma, crisis, taxes, death, sex, all these things. Where do those things make an impact on your life? Where do you need to shift and change them in your life to bring greater happiness and clarity within? That's where the major things are going to be happening for you. Okay. Yeah, because this is a year of, there's just so much that's happening for you. You know, this is a year where Jupiter is trying to balance the scales for you. It's trying to come through, and it's trying to make things work for you in that 10th house of career. 10th house is what you rule naturally in the astrology wheel. The 10th house is your career, your position, your life purpose in this, what it is you're working and what you're doing. That's what the 10th house represents, and that's where Jupiter is trying to balance the scales for you in ways it hasn't for 14 years this year. That's where the impact is. So you'll be finding there's a lot of changes happening in your career, which is tough for you because you wrap up your identity, your sun sign, in your work, in your career. That's everything to you, right? So this year, those eclipses are changing it. Jupiter's bringing you windows where there were walls before for you to walk through, for you to enter into that next phase of your evolution, right? But in the process, we got to dump some old sludge, right? Let it go and know that no matter what, you're going to be getting ideas from the universe in this time frame. Areas of new study. Maybe you want to go back to school. Maybe you want to start learning new things. Maybe you want to sharpen your skills so you can move into that next phase. Whatever it is, know that the universe is behind you. You keep getting these nudges, these signs, these dreams that you can't necessarily remember, but you know something's working on a subconscious level. Follow them. Listen to them. Know that the universe is working behind you regardless. And in the next 2 weeks, as Mercury leaves retrograde and we finally kind of shake off the remnants of this eclipse energy, it will make itself very well known to you what it is you need to do to move forward in terms of your finances, in terms of how you make your money, and in terms of what you need to complete and leave behind in the past to make it all a wonderful new reality that's focused on your happiness and you taking care of you, and in turn better taking care of those around you. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to find out more about how this year is impacting your specific chart, please contact me for a reading and we can look for it a little bit deeper. But until then, my friends, sending you light and love. Bye.